Hello, it's 9 p.m. in RTD. It's time to English New Edition. For tonight headlines. We have unexpected visit in the ministerial department by the Ministry of Labor. The national scene fighting women's rights, a global mobilization is on March. Welcome to our newsroom. The Minister of Employment responsible for the reforms of the administration, Hassan Idris Samri, head of the Commissions of Administrative Control, conducted this afternoon large-scale unannounced control operations in the ministerial city. This control operation starts by the Secretary of State for Youth and Sport, then the Ministry of Employment, Budget, and all the different deputy residents of the ministerial city. A decisive control on the parts of commissions against what attempted to disaster offices. During this control, the minister was accompanied by the staff of this commission, including Prime Minister's advisor Ali Silais and Hussein Foulier, administrative and financial director, and sales managers Ilmi Abdullahi Farah, among others. In his intervention, the Minister Hassan Idris Samri reminded that this commission is still operational and can come at any time of the day and anywhere to improve and encourage our administrations to better serve their citizens. Under the auspices of the Secretary General of the Ministry of Labor in charge of the reform of administration, Mr. Abdallah Ali Mohammed, the National Institute of Public Administration is closing yesterday trainings of welcome and integration is for the new recruit for the different ministerial departments during 3 days. This training took place in the presence of the Secretary General of the Ministry of Labor and Administrative Reform, Mr. Abdallah Ali Mohammed, and the General Directors of INAP, Mr. Sharmak Idris Ali, and the Technical Councils of the Minister of Labor, Mr. Ali Mohammed Kamil. The objective of this training is to improve the skills of the officers of the various ministries concerned to facilitate and provide services to citizens. This training was led by various national experts and continued for 5 days from 5 to 7 March 2019, and this comes in the context of building the capacity of the new executive and the secretaries of the various ministerial departments of the country. At the end of this training, a family photo was taken. In his allocation, the Secretary General of the Ministry of Labor in charge of administrative reform, Mr. Abdullah Ali Mohammed, stressed the importance of this training for all the participants in the framework of the various ministerial entities. The Minister of Health, Dr. Jama Ilmi Okiye, visited Hussein Center in Hodan this morning to inquire about the smooth mornings of the Zero Cataract campaign in Djibouti. Indeed, after the screening phase of 1 week, the campaign Zero Cataract in the Republic of Djibouti has entered its operating phase to eliminate the scourges of cataract in Djibouti. At the head of a large delegation, the Minister of Health was accompanied by the President of the National Agency of Disabled Persons, Mr. Douale Said Mahamoud, to visit the site to see personally the smooth running of this national campaign. The Minister of Health, Jama Ilmi Okiye, took the opportunity to call for participations for Djiboutian patients suffering from the problems of low vision due to cataract. It should be remembered that this campaign of cataract operations will also continue in the interior regions of Dakhil, the south, and for the north in Tujura. The friend of RPP party have carried out on March 4, 2018 visits on the free port and free zones of Djibouti, went from Hotel Campeski, where they were established. The delegations of the party's friend of RPP party were received on their arrival by the president of the authority of free zone, Abu Bakr Umar Hadi. The first stage of the delegation's visit begins with the Dorale container terminal. The delegation surrounded the explanations of the activities of this establishment by the high framework in post, always accompanied by the president of the authority of free zone of Djibouti, Abu Bakr Umar Hadi. The second of the visit has been the multi-purpose port of DMP. The ambassador of the Republic of Djibouti, His Excellency Aid Musad, received this Thursday's march in the diplomatic missions in Paris. Etienne Giros, deputy chairman of the French Bourse Investors, president of European Business Councils for Africa. This interview presence advisors has made a point of progress, especially since the visit in November in Djibouti, where he had the opportunity to meet with the head of state, Ismail Margeli, a few days of milestones in relations between the two countries of CN visit confirmed this during this visit to our embassy of its availability and its determinations to accelerate and increase the number of potential investors in Djibouti, which is recognized as being the gateway of the Ethiopian market of the COMESA. Also, the ambassador of Djibouti, of the Republic of Djibouti in France, Mr. Aid Musad Yahye, has thanked the directors of during this meeting. The Secretary General and the Ambassador discussed the relationship between our countries and gave an overview of the regional situations of the Horn of Africa. Also, the cooperation of the Republic of Djibouti, the island of and the international, while confirming the officials. As part of My School for Me project, the first days of eco-citizens action saw a strong mobilization of the active forces and socio-educational community in all the regions of the interior. The civilian population and many personalities mobilized and toured the institutions in the chief and localities of the interior region. Together, the students, their teachers, and the parents and the residents of the school took care of garbage collection, painting and repairing the walls and laying tiles. The community and community leaders, the elders of the various cities have given hand in the work of repair and replacement of defective electrical equipment. The officials took place, they paid and share the farmers of teacher, student, and parents, but also personalities and anonymous who participate in the maintenance and beautifications of classrooms, administrative blocks, and health, so much so that nothing was left to chance in each of the schools that have redone a new days of action and mobilizations. Thus, the activities allowed the schools to make a new look in these first days of action and mobilizations. The National Commission of Human Rights of Djibouti organized Sensitization Day of these Thursdays in Ali Sabih region in order to exchange with the head of the villages and districts of the regions of Ali Sabih and Dikil. This workshop taken into account the daily contact of the main stakeholders with the migrants, whose optics that in turn they can share this information is in their respective localities with the populations, as well as the migrants, was the opportunity to sensitize them to the right inherent to the human persons. As such, it has been a question of improving the assistance given to migrants and combating trafficking and smuggling with the support of programs improving the management of migratory whose coordination is of the implementation is ensured by the German's Technical Cooperation Agency under co-financed by the European Union and the Ministry of German Federal Economic Cooperation and Development. This day brought together 58 villages chiefs. Smuggling in the southern area, especially in the regions of unity, which was faced by customs and national policies officers smuggling collaborations with the national forces of police, as well as the elements of the customs of Dakhil. The ladders intercept yesterday morning at the returns of Dakhil a significant amount of catnip which came from Ethiopia through in the vicinities of Mulud. This is a lot of cat composed of 14 pockets of 13 kilo each, and in total is carried back by the numbers. These operations were carried out under the authorities of the head of Customs Brigade of Dakhil, Mr. Musa Omar Musa, in collaboration with the National Police, who immediately proceeded to the destructions of this cat fired by on the spot the Director General of Customs and Indirect Tax, Mr. Guled Ahmed Yusuf, extend his warmest congratulations to all the elements of the Customs and National Police forces of Dakhil for their collaborations in the fight against smuggling. The prefect of the regions of Dakhil, Muhammad Sheikh Hassan, has for its part paid a tribute to the elements that have contributed to this important interceptions of cat of contraband detrimental to the national economy. For the international scene in Venezuela, a giant blackout in Caracas and half of the country's Caracas plunged into darkness. Last night, a huge blackout hit the capital and half of the Venezuelan states. The metro has also stopped working in Caracas, forcing thousands of people to walk home to come to one of the most dangerous cities in the world. Normally the streets are deserted at dusk. It is above all worrying for our safety, because when there is more lighting, the offenders take advantage, says students. There is no street fighting. People are on the street. The authorities are not very present, and we move with caution, hoping to reach home without problems. This is it for the news. Thanks for watching us.